Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a 2024 book recommendations, books that I've read that I think would be so good for you guys to read too. Off, I'm filming on my iPad, which has a wide lens kind of thing on it, so I can film a wider view. And right now we are sitting in this little area in my room where all of my books are displayed. Very proud of this little part. Do not mind any of this. I am actually so sorry. It looks so bad. Yeah, so this is gonna have to work. I also need to sit on something. My butt is hurting really bad. So I'm gonna try to put this in as best as I can in different categories. So first we're gonna start off with First we're gonna start off with the murder mystery, those kind of books. I have a few of those, and then we're gonna get into romance, and then we'll do my favorite book of 2023, because I'm reading a book right now. Since it's so early in 2024, I haven't read books this year. I'm reading one right now that I can't really give my opinion on, so I'm gonna do my favorite book of last year. The supplies I use is, these are these annotating little stickers. They come in all these different colors on Amazon. I got all of these for $8, and I think it's 2,400 of them. So I'll have these linked in my Amazon list, which you can find in the description below. First, we're going to start off with my all-time favorite series ever. Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, threesome book with the extra book after. This one actually just came out in the beginning of this year, and I went ahead and got this straight off Amazon. But I read these all last year, and I could not put these down. This is my favorite series. It is so good. The characters, the romance inside of the mystery, the way it's written is so fast-paced, and gives you a lot of pictures and text and different things like that, which I think is so cool in a book. And individually, these are all 5-star books for me. So good. I did annotate 2 of the 3 of these books, and then this one is a very fast-paced book with same characters but different plots. A great little short fast read. We have One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I cannot say names. It's a show on Peacock, I think, and it is very good, and I've only read the first one in this series because when I started reading the second one, I was in a reading slump and I could not get into it. But this one was so good. It was just a very good murder mystery with a lot of turns that you do not expect in it, and it does give a lot of good backstory on the characters, and that would be a good thing to do before you watch the show. I give this a 4 out of 5 star because it wasn't my favorite, but it was still a really good book, and it is a series, so if you're looking for another good series, this would maybe be a good one. I've heard good reviews about the last 2 books. I don't know what category you would put this under. If it was a mystery, if it was just a regular young adult book, fantasy book, but it definitely was really good. I love this one because of the way that it's written and the way that it kind of hides things from you that you figure out towards the end. I also read the second book, but at the library, so I don't have the physical copy, but the second book was just as good, and I love how the twists and turns of it, and it all kind of added up into what you learned in the beginning of the book. So it was really cool to kind of just try to figure out things as you do it. It's basically lying family, and you find out different secrets of them as the time goes on, and how they always protect each other no matter what they do. And there's also a little bit of a romance inside this. And then the next book I have on my Kindle, which is not charged right now, but it is called The Girl Who Was Taken. I love that book so much. I'm not for sure who it's by, but you can get it on Kindle, or you can just get a physical copy. It is so good, the story, the plot twist, and the point of view is actually really cool too, because it's like you're solving one thing, but then she ends up actually solving multiple different murders and mysteries and stuff like that. So that's a really good recommendation. It is a little bit longer. It's like 400 something pages, but it's definitely worth it at the end because everything kind of adds up, and it's just a very, very good story. Now, I think it ended in a cliffhanger, so if you do not like that, then I don't know. She didn't make another book, so. Okay, romance. So, it looks like I bought a lot of books back here, but I haven't actually read them all. So let's start off with In 5 Years. So In 5 Years was a kind of, I don't know if you call it a romance book, but it was a little bit of a love story romance mixed in with just a mysterious kind of setting. Basically, it's about this girl who is kind of like uptight with her best friend who is very whimsical and not. And she awakens one day and she's in a different apartment with someone else that she doesn't know, and she has a time, like 5 minutes in that area or dream or whatever it was to figure out what's happening, and she thinks about it every single day until she ends up meeting the guy who is in her dream. No, it's a very fast-paced book as well, so I feel like it's a very good book, and yeah. This is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I cannot stop talking about this book. It is so good. Like, everything about it is the perfect, cute, enemies to lover romance. Like, it is so good. I constantly am hearing songs and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that is them. This is them. Like, it is so good. I also read her book, The Do-Over, which was also really, really good romance, but I read it as a audiobook. So, I did not actually read it. I know the physical copy, but The Do-Over and Better Than the Movies is 2 really, really good books by Lynn Painter, and they're so good, and I definitely want to get more by her. That was my silent, like, how I'd express this. It's so good. These 2 books, oh my gosh, first of all, this one alone is so, so good. It is more of a definitely older teen book because of the way that some things are described, but besides that, this is such a good book. The love, the backstory, the writing, it's just so, so good, and it made me cry. I want to cry thinking about it. It's so good. Especially when she came out with this one. I just was speechless. This was so cute. This book was really a new beginning for the character, and it was just so sweet, and I just loved it so much. So these 2 books will forever be my favorite. This is self-explanatory. Sunrise and Pretty. Just, this is so good. Like, the romance in this is in the 2 brothers, and like everything about it is so good. And also, if you have watched the series, I definitely recommend picking up the book and reading it because it gives so much more on the characters, and just you can really see their thoughts in these books. And also in the 3rd book, it's just so, so good. If you cannot wait till 2025 for the 3rd season, you can go ahead and read it and see what it's about because it's so good and so sweet. And especially this one, there's a couple extra little pages in the last book which are really, really sweet. On to the Kindle books I read. So first of all, I read If He Had Been With Me. Oh my gosh, the tearjerker is coming out. Sweet and so sad, and it was just so, it's really good. You should go read it. It's also, she's coming out with the 2nd book from a different character's point of view in like February of this year, so I'm definitely picking up that book and reading it, but it is so good. I also read The Summer of Broken Rules. It's a great summer romance. It's super cute. It's just kind of recounting summer on this girl's kind of family island where they have like a wedding, and it's just really, really cute for these 2 teens that slowly fall in love. The books I read, now that I'm like going over them, it seems like such a small amount of books that I really read. Or that I want to talk about as my favorites. Why is it so small? I swear. I feel like I read so many more books than that, but on to my TBR, and then we'll go to my favorite book of 2023. Emily Henry, Beach Read by Emily Henry, People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, and then I'm reading Book Lovers right now, which I'm loving. I'm like 150 pages in. It's super duper cute, and it's just a really fast, easy read. It's Every Last Word, which I'm not for sure what it's actually about, but it should be pretty good. Girl in Pieces, and then Where the Crawdads Sing, which is also a movie that I've heard is really good. I also have a couple of books on my Kindle that I'm wanting to read, which is Not So Meet Cute, Same Time Next Year. I have so many other books that I want to read that I don't actually have like available to me right now. A lot of Colleen Hoover books and Lynn Painter books and Emily Henry books, and I also want to get into more of the fantasy realm, so maybe The Fine Print might be really good. I'm going to see the reviews and see how it is, but those are some of my TBR for 2024. Oh my gosh, okay, I gotta think about this. I'm trying to pick my favorite book, not series. I have to pick a book. It could be part of a series though, and thinking about that makes me want to barf because I like them so much, and especially when they're in different categories, it's really hard to pick. So I'm gonna pick two because they might be from different categories. I love this. Guide to Murder, because this was such a good book and it really like started my passion to read the next of the series, so I feel like if the first book's good, all the other ones are gonna follow, but this one was just so good. It ends with us. I feel like I'm such like a basic person for saying this, but it was just so good and it was just so sweet, and yeah, that's why I'm picking it. Alright, that was my book recommendations for 2024, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys got some really good ideas of what to read, or different ideas for other people if you think they're gonna like these to read. So yeah, have an awesome, wonderful, blessed day. I love you, please love me more. Toodles.